This is the story about an airline company that changed their procedure to make it more easier for the pilots, and a first officer who wanted to make a perfect landing. But things don't always go as planned. Hi, my name is Magnar Nordahl. I am an airline captain and instructor. It's said that any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. The occupants of this aircraft did indeed walk away, but some with difficulty. This is the story about Merpati, Nusantara Airlines Flight 6517. The aircraft in this story is an Xi'an MA-60. It is a development of the Antonov AN-24, which was produced from 1959 to 1979 and saw service in the former Soviet Union and many other countries. Many AN-24s were exported to China. In 1984, the Chinese developed an updated version and they called it the Y7. This aircraft was later developed into the MA-60, which was introduced in the year 2000. MA stands for Modern Ark, and 60 reflects the number of passenger seats. It has the same engines and instruments as all the ATR-72s with EFIS cockpit. If you want to learn more about this engine, please check this video here. Before I continue, I will explain a few things about the power levers of turboprop aircraft with this type of engine, the Pratt & Whitney 100 series. The power lever has two functions. When the power lever is between flight idle and max power, it regulates engine power by controlling the fuel flow. This is in-flight mode. And when the power lever is behind flight idle, which means between ground idle and full reverse, it controls propeller blade angle, also called pitch. This condition is called beta mode, or on ATR aircraft, which I fly, low pitch, and allows for reverse thrust. Beta mode must only be used when the aircraft is on the ground. Selecting beta mode in flight can be very dangerous, as this engine is not designed for this. There will be a considerable loss of thrust from the propeller and with it loss of lift as the airflow over the wing behind the propeller is disturbed. In addition, there is a serious risk of damage to the propeller system and the gearbox. Therefore, the power lever has two safety systems to prevent you from selecting beta mode in flight. First, there is a mechanical stop on the power lever. When the power lever is ahead of flight idle and you move it aft, the power lever will stop at flight idle. The only way to move the power lever further aft is to lift up a guard lever. The second safety system is an electromagnetic lock that prevents the movement of the power lever beyond flight idle while the aircraft is in flight. When there is weight on the main wheels, the lock opens, allowing for the power levers to be moved into ground idle and reverse. This is called power lever lock on MA-60. On ATR, it's called idle gate. If you want to learn more about this system, please check out this video. On the 10th of June 2013, Merpati Nusantara Airlines Flight 6517 departed by Java for Kupang in Indonesia. On board were 46 passengers, 2 cabin crew and 2 pilots. The captain was 42 years and of Indonesian nationality. He had been with the company for more than 18 years and had 12,500 hours of flight time, whereof 2,000 hours in the MA-60. He was qualified as route instructor or line instructor. The first officer was 25 years and a Malaysian national. He was pilot flying. He joined the company in February 2012 and received his type rating on the MA60 in October that year. He had a total of 311 hours, whereof 117 hours in the MA60. The company had scheduled the first officer for a line check, but he had asked for a few more flights to be more confident before the check. The issue was that the first officer had a habit of moving the power levers to ground idle late after landing. As a line training captain, I often see new first officers struggle with this, because a lot is going on during landing, especially in crosswind, and it takes some time to program new muscle memory. With this in mind, the first officer was focused on selecting ground idle early after touchdown. But sometimes our mind can play games. Without being aware of it, the first officer pulled up the guard levers and selected beta mode while the aircraft was about 100 feet up in the air. As a result, the propeller blades went into fine pitch, which means they started to produce thrust in the opposite direction, disturbing the airflow over the wing. This resulted in a considerable loss of lift, and the aircraft dropped from the sky like a brick and hit the runway with a force of 6 times the gravity of Earth. The MA60 is a strong bird, but no aircraft in the world are built to withstand such an impact force. The fuselage broke in 2 parts, and the aft fuselage to wing joints failed. The wing rotated forward and the propellers hit the runway. The aircraft came to a full stop about 200 meters from the impact area. Thankfully, there were no fatalities. The captain and 4 passengers received serious injuries, like fractures, but the remaining occupants escaped without injury or with light injuries. When the accident investigators examined the aircraft and the flight data recorder, they soon discovered that the first officer had selected beta mode while the aircraft was still in the air. But wait a minute. The power lever lock should prevent this from happening, right? Well, it can be bypassed, and here is the story. Merpati is owned by the government of Indonesia. In 2006, Indonesia and China made a deal for delivering 15 MA60s to Merpati. The first 2 aircraft arrived in September 2007. With brand new aircraft, you expect that they will operate without problems for a pretty long time, right? But both aircraft had a problem with the power lever lock system. It sometimes failed to unlock after landing. The remedy was to pull out the handle ahead of the power levers. But this was annoying for the pilots. In May 2008, the Board of Instructors discussed this matter. According to the Master Minimum Equipment List, the Master MEL, issued by the manufacturer, you could dispatch with this device inoperative. The procedure was to set the handle in the unlock position. The instructors decided to revise the normal checklist to set the power lever lock system to open before landing. What they missed is that the Master MEL set a time limit of 10 days for operation with the power lever lock in the unlock or open position. Then it has to be repaired. This is marked with the letter C in the column for repair interval. Neither did they assess the risk by removing a safety system that was designed to prevent the pilots from selecting beta mode in flight. This increased the risk for just that. Now, what about other aircraft with similar engines? I can answer for ATR. You are not allowed to fly when this lock is inoperative. Period. This was the second accident with an MA60 operated by Merpati. 2 years earlier, in 2011, Flight 8968 crashed into the sea during an approach, killing all 25 people on board. In all, the company experienced 7 fatal accidents since it started operations in 1962. 6 months after the accident with Flight 6517, the company stopped paying salaries to the employees. And in February 2014, the company suspended all operations. They had no more credit, and many crew members had resigned. There are plans to restart the company, but so far nothing has happened. And there is more to the history about Merpati and MA60, and it involves me and a very good friend. But that will be the theme for another video. Okay, that's all for this time. Thank you for watching. Please support my channel by sharing with your friends and all that. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and happy landing. And this time I mean it.